Namaste. Back on video now. Very good. Okay, so I missed out on the chat while I was away, and it starts. The chat that I see first is Amaya saying, "Some address that question," and Zoe said, "We will just be in silence with Father then." If there's something important before this, a question, you can type it again. Kapil said, Ramya, the best answer will come from when he is back on air again. Okay, there was a question from Ramya. So, Ramya, if you could type it again, we can then look at it. Stacey says, this is like the experience of awakening, coming and going, but all illusory. Yes. Lomi said, yes, Stacey, this is a clear picture of daily life. Awakening, sleep, understanding, everything goes black. Need to go now. Love you, Ananta. Love you, Sangha. Love you too, my dear. Amaya says, Father, did you see Ramaya's question? No. If one of you can see it and type it again, and if Ramya is still there, we can look at the question. Ramya is still here. Very good. Stacey said, just so happy to be here with you. Same, same. Ramya says, can we still have goals to achieve after realizing the consciousness? Can we still have goals to achieve after realizing the consciousness? Yes. So, this is when you realize that you are the Supreme One, untouched by any of this, then what goal will you still have? See, if you realize that you are already a billionaire, you have a family inheritance which you didn't know about, but when somebody came to you and said, look, 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 go into that room of yours and open this box which you didn't know about. Inside that box, you will find a check for $1 billion. And at first, there was disbelief. How can there be? This is just not possible. But then, if you have faith in the one who is telling you, then that faith will make you look. And once you look, you will find this check worth $1 billion. Then, after finding the $1 billion, it is complete freedom of whether you want to work at your job or not. You see? So there is nothing that stops anything. This realization will not make a sadhu out of you. It will only remove the potential for any suffering. Because once you realize that you are all there is, then what else could you want? So all your actions will come from a place which is not from a need. It will not come from a lack. They'll come from a joy now. And with this joy, there can be no stress, there can be no trouble. If you were to really see that you are everything, that this entire universe is arising within you, if you were to see this, then would any want be left? And then she says, well, then what do we do with the rest of the life? It's complete freedom once you see that you are consciousness itself. See, it's not a person that realizes consciousness. You realize that the person was never here and you are always only this consciousness. And then this consciousness sees that all of life is moving on its own like it always has been. See? For most of humanity, what we do is trying to find peace and happiness. All our actions are taking us there. When we ask most people, why are you doing certain things? So that they will say that so that I can be happy and I can be peaceful. Here then, you start from this point of peace and happiness, and all actions are free to unfold. So don't let the mind paint this picture for you. The mind will paint this picture for you that you will lose all interest in everything. You will become like this sad character sitting isolated from the world. No joy. It is not that. You will enjoy every moment, no matter what the content of the moment is. No one who has realized the self has come back with the complaint that I have nothing to do. They might say, I have nothing to do, all is happening on its own, but it won't be a complaint. No one who has realized the self has lived to regret it. Zoe has to leave now. Leaving now, beloved Father, at your holy feet. So much love, dear one. You had a question, but we can look at it later if you like. Ramya says, thank you, Master. Thank you for the blessings. You're very welcome, my dear. Very happy you joined in online as well. So good to see you here. Zoe says, thank you, Father. Yes, later. You are what you want. You are the way to your peace. You are the way to your joy. You are the way to your eternal happiness. It is only you that you want. Because in the imagination, there seems to be this suffering. That's why we say that Kabir ji had this beautiful doha which he said, the fish is thirsty in the water. The fish is thirsty in the water. And seeing this, I laugh. But in actuality, we can say that it is the water itself which is thirsting for water. The water is thirsting for water. Where must water go to find water? Where must water go to quench its thirst? Atma says, wow, thank you for these words, very welcome. Ramya says, so the only control we have is to either believe or not believe our thoughts. Yes. Everything else is not in control. Very good. So if you feel that there's some sense of control, some choice, then it's good to see that this is a choice. And see the thought is coming, whether I give my belief to it or not, seems like a choice, and it is good to exercise this choice and say that I will not believe. And ultimately, you will realize that even this belief and not belief was grace itself. But it's good because as long as there's this sense that we can do some effort, that we have some choice, it is good to look at this and see that the thought is coming and whether I will believe or not. We can say that this is the only choice. Yes. Adam says, yes, thanks for reminding me. Very welcome. Atma says, so beautiful they are. Much love, Father. Much love to you. Shinin says, can you please speak about the person's memory and when it is released or not influential? Yes. Memory, imagination, emotion, appearance in the world. Memory, imagination, emotion, appearance in the world. None of them have any trouble. None of them can bring any trouble except when we believe our interpretation of them, except when we believe the mind's interpretation of it. Because in the mind's interpretation of it, all these appearances become mine. We put a label through our belief saying that this happened to me. But there is nobody that anything has ever happened to because nobody has ever existed. So if you try to deal with these forces separately, then it will become a more indirect process and it could take many, many lifetimes to find out what you really are. You see, because we start with looking at memory, then we can say, why are my dreams always so dark? Then we say, what to do with all of these emotions which come up? Then we say, what to do with all my greed, all my lust, all my hunger, all my desire? All of these things can come. So that is why we have given you the simple approach. The simple approach which will short circuit this entire game. And the simple approach is to let go of your next thought and let the appearances come and go. They do not, like we said earlier, no appearance has the power to hurt you. No appearance is loud or strong. It is only made that way by your own belief, by your own identification. And as long as we have some fear that something should not come up, either in the seemingly external appearance or from our memories, then the mind knows that this button can be pushed. And it will save these things up to catch you in a moment where you're open to listening to the mind. So instead, just be completely open for anything to appear and just keep letting go of your thoughts about them. Yes. But don't let go of your thoughts about anything with the expectation that something should go away as a result of my practice. This is very important. Even yesterday we were discussing this, where we must not use any practice with the expectation that something will stop or some appearance will go. The letting go only means that we are not buying the interpretation about it. But if there's still some strong feeling that this should not happen or this should not appear or something that keeps recurring over and over, then we can together inquire into it. Or you can also shine your own light on it and see who is concerned with this memory coming up or not. Who is concerned with this emotion? Good. Ishani says, Father, it feels as an old identity is gone. Yes. There is feeling there is something else acting through this body. Very good. Just being quiet as sometimes I see a bit of fear as I just don't know anything really. Yes. It is very good. This is what my master calls the switching over of power. The switching over of power from the mind to the being. This is what many on the spiritual path call the journey from the head to the heart. So the head means operating from a personal identity, operating from the mind. And heart means being, operating from the pure being itself. And sometimes, yes, the mind will try to make you fearful about this. This can happen. But you stay in satsang, you stay with me in your heart, and you will see that all this will soon go. And you laugh at the idea of the mind having any ability to create fear in you. Very good. Louis says, Father, there used to be this concept that everything would change. I'm noticing that nothing has changed. Yes. Yes. That's what in Zen they say before enlightenment, chopping wood, after enlightenment, chopping wood. See, very beautifully, some very beautiful truths are exposed in this simple pointing. And to you, really, like we read in the Avadhuta Gita, the freedom experience or the awakening experience means nothing. Liberation means nothing to the liberated. It's just another concept because the liberated know that they were never bound. Therefore, what is so special about liberation? Very good. Louis says, Silence and distance from all that happens. This is very good. Yes. And this distance is very beautiful because it is not a distance coming from aversion. It is not a distance which comes from aversion. It is only a distance that basically it is seen that everything is dancing in front of me. All is coming and going in front of me. It can seem like that. It's very good. Ananya says there still seems to be some belief into this father. That's why it keeps recurring, probably. Letting go of this one also. But you didn't, I missed the chat. Did you answer how old you are? Tell me how old you are. Shinin says, very clear, thank you, very good. Open and letting go of the next thought. Very good. Ramya says, my boss says, we humans are naturally evil. It takes effort to be good. Evil comes naturally. So if you just let it be, you will see the presence of so much peace, so much joy. And these concepts of evil, good, truth, lies, all of this will seem so alien to you. Just concepts. But there is good something in this to be learned, isn't it? Even in this. Okay? Because the nature of the mind is always devious. So if we refer to ourselves as this mind or the ego, then we can say that this one is always trying to trick us into misbelief, into belief that we are the imagined one. See, in some parts of the world or some spiritual paths, this mind or ego is called the dark side or the dark forces and all of that. We don't refer to it like that because that would give it way too much reality than it deserves. It is nothing at all. No darkness can persist in your own light. It is your own light of consciousness which is taking care of the entire universe. Then she says, the boss has said there has to be a balance of evil and good in the world. The world cannot sustain only on good. Is this true? No, this is not true. But what is true is that in this realm of this world appearance, it is seen that this yin and yang, these forces of opposites always operate. This is the world of duality. Everything comes with its opposite. Me comes with another, good comes with evil, truth comes with lies. Everything is duality at every level. See? So, this is the world of duality which is full of the opposites. This is the way it appears. And it appears this way so that we can transcend this duality. So, if we keep studying the nature of the world and try to sort out the world as a person, no one has been able to do that. Many avatars have come and gone. Many great teachers, sages, masters, saints have come and gone. Who has been able to sort out the world? But there are beings who have come to the place of realization of their supreme self, and come to this place of happiness and peace. See? And all beings will come to this ultimate place of recognition. Therefore, if you want to truly be a role model to the world, show the world how you can be free from your suffering. Because it is not in the material things. If you help another with material things, that is not enough. And nothing wrong in doing that if you feel from the heart that it is to be done, nothing wrong in doing that to help in material or practical things, but it is not enough. Show the world how to be free from suffering. We say, be the change. Gandhiji, I believe, had said, be the change you want to see in the world. So, what is the change that you can be? You can be forever free from suffering. And in your being free from suffering, the world becomes free from suffering. Vipke says, thank you so much, Ananta, for these words, throwing everything into this fire. Very good. Very welcome. Liberation means nothing to the liberated. Atma said, liberation means nothing to the liberated. Yes. Nothing changes anyway. Yes. Jayani says, I have no age, no death, no birth, timeless. Very beautiful. Ananya says, I see that this body has been living for 22 years. This body has been living for 22 years. But have you been living for 22 years? Every cell in your body has changed many times. Many. No cell in your body is the same cell which was born as the baby. Which part of your body has been there for 22 years? The body is constantly changing, just like the world is constantly changing, just like our beliefs are constantly changing. So, if we ever rely on something which is constantly changing for our identity, this is ripe for suffering, this is ripe for misery. Because there is no stability. Only in yourself there is stability. Find the eternal one. This body has come, this body will go. It will not be even a blink of an eyelid. Which part of you is the body? How does the body connect with you? See, this is another misconception. I'm not saying that Ananya has this, but many of us still have this misconception that being lives inside the body, or awareness lives within the body. It's completely not true. It can only appear that way. It can only feel that way. But being is prior to the body. Witnessing is prior even to being. Maharaj had this beautiful phrase, isn't it? Where were you before you were conceived? Ramya says, thank you, Master. Much love and peace to you. Same to you, my dear. Very good. Ananya says, Father, can we look at it together? Of course, you can. Very happy to look at it with you. See, maybe I have also perpetuated this, isn't it? 'Cause I keep joking with all of you. See how young you are. But it's only in a joke. There's nothing real about that. It is very good that you point this out. So I must also stop repeating this thing about all of you being so young. It's very good. Amaya says thank you. Thank you all so very much for joining in satsang today. Mujiji ki jai. So much love.